Now we start this hour in Southeast Asia, where Thailand's acting Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayachai and Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet are scheduled to meet in Malaysia on Monday for peace talks aimed at resolving their growing border conflict. According to Bangkok, the meeting will be hosted by Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who also chairs ASEAN. Both leaders are expected to personally attend the talks amid rising casualties and regional alarm. In a parallel diplomatic push, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has reached out to both governments, urging immediate de-escalation and a formal ceasefire. Rubio spoke separately with Thailand's foreign minister and Cambodian leaders, stressing the US stands ready to facilitate future discussions, according to the State Department. The recent clashes, the most severe in over a decade, have killed dozens and displaced over 200,000 people. Monday's talks could lay the foundation for a broader ceasefire agreement and ASEAN-led mediation framework. Thailand's acting Prime Minister Phumtham Wechayachai and Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet are scheduled to meet in Malaysia for peace talks aimed at resolving their growing border conflict. According to Bangkok, the meeting will be hosted by Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, who also chairs ASEAN. We're now joined by Martin Saar-Arias to discuss. We're joined by Dr. Sanjay Kumar to discuss this further. Dr. Sanjay, why has Malaysia been chosen as the country to mediate this escalating conflict?
Well, if it minimized through ceasefire, it is good news, which should the global community is loving. And one thing is that not only after Trump's.
Okay, apologies, Dr. Kumar. We are facing some network issues there with the internet. However, we are currently looking at tensions between Cambodia and Thailand, which has led to dozens of people being killed and over 200,000 people who have been displaced by this crisis. It's entered its fourth day now, and there is already talks of de-escalation, mediation now between the two countries and being done by Malaysia, with talks set for Monday. There's also an offer there from US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who had a call with the foreign ministers of Cambodia and Thailand today. He urged them immediately to de-escalate tensions and told them that the United States was ready to help with the talks. The United States was prepared, says the United States is prepared to facilitate future discussions in order to ensure peace and stability between Thailand and Cambodia. That comes from the US State Department. As we've said, hopefully we have Dr. Kumar join us in just a second. But this conflict has been raging on now for 4 days. They've agreed to hold talks in Malaysia on Monday in an attempt to negotiate an end to this conflict. Thailand has said on Sunday that a delegation led by the acting Prime Minister Phumtham, he would attend after President Trump called the leaders of both countries and urged an immediate ceasefire. At least 33 soldiers and civilians have been killed in this conflict, while thousands of Thai and Cambodian nationals have been displaced among that border region in contention since the fighting broke out on the 24th of July. Donald Trump, of course, currently in Scotland, but still continuing diplomatic efforts over in Southeast Asia as he continues his tour and visit to the north of the UK. I do believe we are now joined by Raymond Vickery to discuss this story. He is a former US Assistant Secretary of Commerce. He joins us live from Washington, D.C. Raymond, thank you so much for joining us on the program. What are your thoughts on this conflict? Both the fact that it's lasted 4 days now, the worst fighting between the two Southeast Asian neighbours in over a decade. Do you see hopes of de-escalation here, and why have they chosen Malaysia as the mediator?
Well, thanks very much, Thomas, for having me. It seems to me that this conflict is an emphasis that peace is indivisible around the world. Peace, like war, must be waged, and there must be ways in which to deal with disputes rather than through violence. It is interesting to me that while our own President Trump tries to take credit for everything, that in this instance Malaysia is being asked to be the peacemaker. This is really no substitute for an international system which can intervene in order to prevent violence and bloodshed as a way to resolve international disputes. One hopes that this border dispute, like those between China and India and other places throughout the world, can be put into perspective so that peace and prosperity throughout the world can go forward.
Yes, indeed, Raymond. And you briefly touched on it there, but the offer from the US president to mediate this conflict, and as you've said as well, Malaysia has indeed been chosen for this conflict. What does that say about Donald Trump's reach, particularly in the global East?
Well, I think it shows that his posturing is not really acceptable. People don't want to have someone who is threatening the old-time imperialism, if you will, to take over Greenland, to take over Canada as the 51st state, to take over the Panama Canal Zone, to be the one that they turn to in times of crisis to resolve these. The mindset of the President Trump is self-aggrandizement. He has made no secret of his desire to win the Nobel Peace Prize. And so he is claiming that he is resolving conflicts in Africa. He claimed that he resolved the conflict between Pakistan and India. And he'd like to be able to do that in this Cambodian Thailand situation as well. But the world is not in the longer run going to accept this kind of transactional approach to international affairs.
Yes, indeed, Raymond Vickery. Thank you very much for joining us on that topic. You are staying with us to discuss other updates. We now move over to Europe now, where US President